What's up, Red Clock Japan? It is Ya Boy once again, and today we are at Nakameguro station. This is another one of those late night, evening illumination streams. Probably the last one of the year. So let's go around and see what's going on today. Hi Hugh, how are you doing? Melissa, how are you doing? Nice to see you again on the stream. So right now it's actually Christmas Day in Tokyo, so we can still find some illuminations going on. Everybody has been leaving the office. Well, everybody was leaving the office early before I came to the stream. It's actual Christmas Day today. I'm doing good. Just hanging out, doing my thing. What time is it over there right now? Merry Christmas! So if this is your 10:36, wow, it's not bad to actually make the stream right now for you guys. Then it's 5:30 right now in Tokyo. I think there should be more illumination on this side. I know there's definitely more on the other side of the station, so trying to cover up all my bases. Today we are at Nakameguro, so the illumination is not going to be as outstanding as last week's when we were in Tokyo Station, because the station is not as frequented by everyone to just come check it out. Merry Christmas to everyone. Also, if this is your first time on the stream, don't forget to if it's the first time in the stream, I welcome you. And as always, you know that if you have any questions or comments about Japan or things you would like to know, you can always write them in the comments, and I will try to answer them to the best of my capabilities. Let's go look for some. Couples, Javier. Let's go spit on them. Today is the lonely single boy stream, I guess. Thanks to everyone for keeping me company on this lonely Christmas, so I don't have to be the only one alone. Oh, there we go. That's the first victims. So we're still just in the actual station area. There's more illuminations on the other side, so we're gonna go across the street. You know what's actually surprising? Yesterday and today, I didn't see that many couples. Like I was actually expecting to see way more, but maybe they're not holding hands and such, but I am kind of surprised to see that there's not that many people out. Just looking for a crossing point. What I've seen mostly has actually been families this year. I found a crossing point. We're heading there soon. So how's everyone's Christmas going? What are you guys doing for Christmas back home? Same. Work. Until what time are you working? So we finally found a place to cross the street. Real quick, that store over there is called Nitori. It is practically the Japanese IKEA. So if you're looking for furniture or house stuff, that's pretty much where you go in Japan. A little bit on the like high average price, but not that bad. So you're in Bulgaria right now, right, Melissa? So yeah, I can see that being a challenge. Same over here, my family's not in Japan, so how do you call that? So I have like the same issue where like rather work than just be home alone. Actually, never really thought about the name of the store, but maybe like, so they have the name in English. And they have the name in katakana, but they don't have it in kanji. So I cannot know if there's a reference. But usually, when you count in Japanese, right? So Japanese has a lot of different counters. So depending on what you are counting, it counts differently, right? So for example, if you are counting pencils, one pen, like 2 pencils is nippon, 3 pencils is sanbon. If you're counting piece of paper, it's like ichimae, nimae, sanmae, right? But if you're counting like birds, right, is, if I remember correctly, it's ipiki, nibiki. So if you were to say 2 birds, it will be tori nipiki. So I don't know. There's no counter. So maybe, but it's kinda odd. Yeah, Bulgaria and Netherlands, I can see the time difference and the distance being kind of a factor to not go spend it with family and friends. But hey, money is money, right? So that's where we were a minute ago. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, neither have I. Like, counters is like the thing that a lot of people that I know still mess up. So here's a funny one. So you have different counters for different types of animals, right? So depending on what type of animal you are counting, it will be different. But rabbits are counted the same way as birds. So if you are counting like farm animals, right? And you count a cow, same counter as counting a pig, right? As a horse. But if you're counting a rabbit, it has to be counted as if it was a bird. And the reason why actually goes back to, it's like a very tied with like Japanese culture and religion. So many years ago, how do you call that? Due to Buddhism, Japanese people were not allowed to eat meat. You were not allowed to eat cow or pork meat. But you could eat fish and birds, I believe, right? So, as a way to justify they being able to eat meat, they counted that they will say that the ears in the rabbits look like wings, and the meat of the rabbit tastes like chicken. So it's like, oh yeah, they're like chickens, right? They're practically chickens. So rabbit was counted as a chicken back in the day. So because of that, when you're counting animals and you count chickens, you count rabbits, you're counting them as chickens. Sorry, that was the train above me. Yeah, so that's a little side note, right? That in Japan, well, classic Japan, rabbits are birds. There's like wacky ones like that, but in the West, the same thing happened with how do you call that? Capybara. So in Catholic tradition, you're not allowed to, well, during Easter time, eating meat is forbidden. So when the missionaries were going around and they found a capybara, they saw them playing in the river. So they sent a letter to the Pope describing the animal, saying that they were water animals. So the Pope had never seen a capybara, right, and didn't know about it. So they sent a letter back saying that they were technically fish. So they got away with being able to eat capybara meat during the times when they were not allowed to. So in Japan, rabbits are birds, and in the West, capybaras are fish. We're not that different after all, right? Hey Akira, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? How is your Christmas going? It's already Christmas Day in Japan. Actually, yeah, a lot of them do. A lot of them, Sorry, motorcycles. Okay, so as I was saying before, the rude motorcycles, yeah, a lot of places don't have how do you call that? A lot of places do skip the number 4, like in the buildings, and it comes from, as you said, the number 4 being she, and death, the kanji for death, having a reading being shin. So they do make the, how do you call it, the connection. But a lot of people count number 4 as young. So I actually forgot about the reading shi. The same thing with 7. 7 is shichi, but a lot of people count it as nana because the number 8 is hachi. So shichi hachi. It's kind of like similar. So they go nana hachi. Yo, Akira, how can you forget to do Christmas shopping? You gotta get on that before it's too late. Hey, Puran. Yeah, Japanese Christmas illuminations. How is Christmas over there? How is the Christmas going? Hey, how is your Christmas going, man? Hope you're having a good day. Actually, we're gonna go this way. Nah, it's okay, dude. Don't worry about it. Like, I'm actually happy that there's at least some people doing the stream, you know? I was not expecting anyone to come over during the stream, so it's pretty good. Thank you for showing up anyway. How are you and your family doing? Having a good time during Christmas? Hey Mefa, so right now it is, let me check. It's almost 6 o'clock in Japan. What time is it over there where you are? Yo, Ian, thank you so much for your kind words. Real talk, the only reason why I do the streams is because you guys enjoy it. So if it wasn't for you guys, there would be no streams at all. So thank you for always actually being active and actually commenting and consistently viewing. It makes the stream so much, like, so enjoyable just to have someone to hang out and talk to. Hey Ernesto, oh Kelly, almost 1 a.m. Wow. Ready to welcome Christmas in, oh well, it's already Christmas time, right? Welcoming Christmas with Japan, I see. $2:53 a.m. That is like East Coast America, right, Akira? I think that's either East Coast or like the one next to it. How is Christmas going over there, dude? Man, that sounds like very similar to like my Christmas time growing up. I wish I was a kid, you know, getting free money and stuff as a present. I miss having those. See guys, I'm not that bad with geography. I still remember things. Well, as I say that, as I'm looking for the for the river, I don't see signs. That's the thing that's frustrating me. Actually, I think it's the other way where the river is. Oh man, no, thanks to you, Ernesto. Like, as I said before, I only do the live streams because you guys are the ones who watch it. If it wasn't for you guys, there would be no live streams at all. I always thank you for your encouragement and for watching the streams and commenting especially. You know, just to not make it boring and make it feel stale. You guys are like the real star of the stream, you know? So I really appreciate all of you guys watching. But we actually start these. I like starting the streams at stations because that way it feels like closer to what we really, you know, see. So if you guys come to visit Japan, that's the train right there. So saying if you guys come visit Japan, you guys get a chance to kind of locate yourself based upon the stations. But yeah, we are in Tokyo right now. Tokyo, Japan. Are in trains, right? Okay, now that the train is gone, yeah, we're in Tokyo, we're in Nakameguro station, and I'm gonna be honest, so I missed a period of time for KFC chicken. One of my friends works at a KFC, and he was telling me how crazy it is and such, and I tried to manage to get some through him, but real talk, the waiting line for the chicken was like so crazy. Like the line for KFC was so crazy last night. Like, so let's say that this is KFC, right? Like right here. The waiting was like, so this is KFC, right? It will be like all the way to like where the Nova sign is over there and like beyond. It was just not worth it. What I ended up doing was that I went to my local 7-Eleven, and the 7-Eleven does have chicken. So I just bought chicken at 7-Eleven. It's like, that's good. We might be able to see. I didn't take a picture, should have. But Ernesto, so in Japan, Christmas is not really a big holiday. It's mostly used as a wait for couples to go out and have like a couples day, kind of how, you know, like back in the States, you like Christmas is a family holiday, right? So you spend it with your family, you hang out, and then when you go to New Year's, that is where you there we go, we got some Santa. New Year's is when you hang out with your family, right? So in Japan it's the opposite, where Christmas, sorry, the train is passing by. So in Japan, it's the other way around, right? Where Christmas is a kind of like a normal, just go out date, and New Year's is the day that you spend with like your family. So actually, there's an illumination on the other side. So I'm actually have work on Christmas all the way to the 27th, so Friday, and then most people have the week of New Year's off. So starting on that Friday, most people have like the time off as a vacation to spend with their family. It's actually so crazy that in Japan, everything closes, like most things close, right? And what was it? So the wackiest thing I've seen is that, how do you call that? ATMs close. So most ATMs, especially the ones from the postal service office, are closed during New Year's. So you cannot like withdraw money during that time. The only ATM that is open during that time is the 7-Eleven bank. So you cannot go. Everything closes from, I believe, the 30th all the way down to, well, from the 31st to the, how do you call that, to the 3rd. But yeah, so it's like mostly family related. And Ernesto, so the reason why so many people eat KFC in Japan, we posted an article about it on the main page, so you can see it on the, there's an article about it on the Reclock discussion group. But long story short is that when KFC came to Japan, they showed this marketing campaign that was showing how like Americans celebrate Christmas. And because Christmas is such a Western holiday, the idea was like, oh yeah, they have like chicken, right? But it was turkey. So they showed turkey as if it was chicken. You know, like they're both birds, so it's not that different when you think about it. So they got away with it. And there was like no other presence of how to rightfully celebrate Christmas, right? So what ended up happening is that's what it became. Just kind of grew into this, we all have KFC for Christmas tradition. But I'm gonna be honest with you, dude, I do not know what I will do without 7-Eleven in Tokyo. So fun story, right? When I first moved to Tokyo, I was like looking for an apartment and such. So when I finally got one, I didn't have like cooking utensils. So my kitchen in my previous spot, in my previous house, my cooking was like a regular gas stove. So I was using like gas, right? When I moved to Tokyo, my new apartment had a IH stove. You know, one of those like electric ones. So I couldn't use my cooking gear. So my pots and pans were useless. So for around like 3 weeks, no, like not 3 weeks, but like a week, I couldn't really cook, right? I had to buy things. So I ended up eating like 7-Eleven food. There's a 7-Eleven really close to my house. So I was just going there, and like 7-Eleven kept me alive for a while. And now they just give me the chicken for Christmas. Christmas chicken and cake. Oh yeah, that's also like another how do you call that? That's also like another Christmas like tradition in Japan. Christmas cake. So many like shops, like supermarkets, will have cake specifically for Christmas. And how do you call that? Like when you go to KFC, they will give you the Christmas set, right? which is like a bunch of chicken and a cake. I'm gonna be honest with you, that's one of, I'm gonna be honest with you, Akira. Oh, the train! Okay, it's gone. So, I was not the one for like taking walks, but now that I am in Japan, like it's so safe and the weather is actually nice that I don't feel like I feel really comfortable walking out at night. Like around a month ago, I went to visit a friend came to visit Japan, a friend from Australia, and me and some other friends from school all met up, right? So on the way back home, I took the wrong train, and the train that I took was an express train, so it skipped my stop. So it skipped my stop, and I had to walk home by myself, and this like past midnight, and I just didn't hit me until like a day later, but like I feel so safe and comfortable in Japan that I took out my Nintendo Switch and I just played Pokemon all the way home. So like I walked for like 30 to 40 minutes in the middle of the street without like any care, just like playing games. And I realized that that's something I would never feel comfortable enough to do back home. So it's actually really nice. Oh man, you're from San Fran. Yeah, I heard that the housing situation has gotten like really, really bad. I used to live in Southern California. So my friends have told me that like housing has gone like really, really bad over there too. There are some homeless. There's a homeless population in Tokyo, but they're rarely seen. Oh, by the way, we're at the Meguro River, Meguro Gawa. So they're mostly like in downtown Tokyo, but it is like so much smaller compared to the homeless population I've seen in other countries. Yo, my man Juan Carlos! Merry Christmas, man. How are you doing? I just feel self-conscious because like people just turn and there's like some people following me right now, and I just feel like I'm making everyone uncomfortable. But no, we're just walking around the Nakameguro River. We saw some illuminations by the station. Not much. Just talked about KFC again. Welcome back to the stream, and I hope you have some fun just walking around. But yeah, I am like, it's so crazy to see how like safe Japan actually is. I'm actually gonna go to the street. It's like less crowded. You can see the river. Yeah, like Japan is like so like comfortable. I honestly don't feel scared or like I have to be safe or anything. I know many people who don't even lock the doors to their house. With me, it's I have it, right? So I just do it automatically because I've done it like my whole life. But I have friends that, like, I know Japanese people who don't lock the doors at home. Like, it's very rare. I mean, I'm not gonna say that there's no crimes and such, but Like they definitely are, but it's like so rare. I've never I only know one person who got broke into. It was a friend who was graduating and he was barely moving to Tokyo, and they broke into his house, but he was barely moved in, so he didn't have anything. He only had a tablet on his desk and some like kitchenware. And he told me like, I don't know what's worse, the fact that someone broke into my house or the fact that they felt so bad for me that they didn't even steal my stuff. But other than that, like I've never knew someone who got broke into. It's like crazy safe here. Let's not change it, you know. Hey Bernadette. And today in Tokyo, like, well, Japan just was very cold for a while, and it got like kind of warmer now. So last couple streams, I was wearing like very thick clothing. This one, I'm actually only wearing a hoodie, and it's perfectly fine. Like, weather's nice, perfect for walks, especially down the river right now. Yo, Akira. So when I first came to Japan, right, it was like 4 years ago almost. And I remember, well, it's actually 4 years ago. And I just came in with like zero Japanese. That was like my first time here. Man, like, if you feel like you need to know a lot of Japanese before you come to Tokyo, I would say that it's not true. You can just come and like brute force your way through it. Like, it's not that hard. So Tokyo accommodates a lot to foreigners. Tokyo, in place like Kyoto, once you go to like other sites, other cities, yeah, knowing Japanese is much more helpful. But even like the station will have announcements in English for people just visiting. So don't feel too scared to come to Japan if your Japanese is not too strong. You should be fine. Yo, Ernesto, yeah, like real talk, the streets are so clean. Sometimes it gets a little bit dirty on places where there's like a lot of like partying parts, like clubs and such, like Shibuya, Shinjuku, or Roppongi. But it tends to be just like alcohol cans, and they get cleaned up early morning. Like in Tokyo, the garbage collection is, for example, where I live, is 5 days a week. So there's always like early morning, everything gets like picked up. So it's always super clean. But also most people don't throw garbage away. So it's actually really good. Yo, Sharon, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Have you been to Nakameguro before? Oh man, snow in February. Snow in February. I would say that you're not gonna find snow in Tokyo. Places where you can see snow will be on Tohoku area, so like the north of Japan. I recommend checking out Sapporo, Akita, Aomori, and what are it called? Hakuba. Hakuba has a lot of snowboarding and resorts like that happening all the way to like early March. So I would say Hakuba, Sapporo, Akita, Aomori. So practically almost anywhere in Tohoku area. Yeah, dude, Juan Carlos. Bicycles are like super common. Like, speaking of the devil. So the reason why is because like Japan has like such a convenient train system. I've had my license for many years, right? But I don't feel that the reason to drive in Japan. Most people don't even, like, when you live in Tokyo, you don't really need a car. Where I used to live in Akita, you kind of need a car because trains are like once an hour. But here in Tokyo, if you miss a train, there'll be another one in literally 10 minutes or less. So you don't really need to like learn how to drive. Having a bike is actually quite useful, especially for like mid-distance trips. Like for example, where I live, right? By foot is it's like a 40-minute, it's a 40-minute walk to Akihabara. So if I want to go to Akihabara, I can take the train, or I can just bike for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes tops. So most people buy a bike to do their day-to-day things like grocery shopping and such. So, and they're like super safe. You have to register them as cars. So when you register them as if they were a car. So in case they get stolen, it's actually a very high crime, and you're most likely guaranteed to get it back. We got another bike dude. Okay, Ernesto, thank you for showing up for a while. Hope you're having a great Christmas, and hope to see you soon in another stream. So EM, yeah, I came to Japan without without knowing Japanese. Well, that was like many years ago, right? That was like 4 years ago. So things have changed. Oh, here's some bicycle parkings right here. Some bicycle parking. But yeah, I came to Japan without knowing Japanese at all. But while being here, I was going to school. So I was going to school in Japan, and eventually I just learned. I forced myself to learn. Like, if you want to hang out, if you want to do anything, you do need to, you end up learning it. But now, like, I'm not gonna say I am fluent because it's very difficult, but I can say that I do manage to pull my weight when it comes to speaking Japanese.
Like I said, like this is...
Should I? Yeah, fuck it. Yo, I know, right? Like, so back when I used to live in California, I had a friend that worked at GameStop. So he was telling me that he told me like, oh yeah, dude, I just bought a car. And I told him like, wait, don't you live like 20 minutes by foot away from the store? And he's like, yeah, but I would lock my bike right outside the store, right? Outside the store, there was a place for you to lock your bike. And he would lock his bike, and I kid you not, 3 times they stole the tires off his bicycle right outside his work. Like, there was a glass door, and they will wait until the store was busy, and the moment he was, like helping out customers, they will steal his tires. Here it's like, like every big station, well, most stations have like a bicycle parking area next to it. And I kid you not, people leave their bikes there for like years. So I forgot the term. I can see more. See, like there's a lot of like parking spots for bikes, and a lot of them don't even have like a lock. This one does. Yeah, this one has a chain, but the one next to it doesn't. Like the yellow one doesn't have a lock. So like, who cares? Like they just leave it like that. There's a term, but I forgot about it. I forgot what it's called. But there's the, like every station has a, how do you call that? Like a bike parking spot. And people leave their bikes there, and I kid you not, like there's a term for it. The government comes and it's like, well, this bike has been here for like 2 years. So the government takes it, and I think it's like once a year during the spring. You can during the spring you can go and buy a bicycle that has been like repoed by the government for like dirt cheap. So like right now, like this dude has no chain on his bike. It's just there. So like you have like more bikes here. No chain, no lock, no anything. That one does have a lock. But yeah, like my friend was working and they will steal his bike like in front of him. And in Japan, like you can just leave your bicycle and no one takes it. Something that I see, it's like something wacky that I also see often, is people leaving the cars on. So when people turn on their car, right? Like they park like at a store, right? Like a convenience or something, and they get off to their shopping. They leave the car running. Even if there's like no one in the car, they will still just go and just let the car running. Yo, EM. You know, learning languages is mostly something that, like in my opinion, you have to be kind of in the right environment. So you have to be in a place where you can practice it. And that's something that is actually very hard to do with Japanese, right? Because Japanese is mostly spoken exclusively in Japan. So when I was, before I came to Japan, I couldn't find anywhere to study Japanese. Like, there was no place for me to do it. So that's why I didn't study before. And a reason why I came to Japan was to study Japanese, right? So I just ended up taking it a little bit too seriously, and now I am here. So when do Japanese use fireworks? So actually, on the 28th, there is fireworks in Odaiba. So speaking of bikes, right? Everywhere. So they're freaking everywhere. The most common days to do fireworks is during the summer. During the summer, like there's not like a specific, like in America, right? In the US is 4th of July, fireworks. In Japan, it's mostly like, how to say it? Like festivals for fireworks. And you will find, like in any city, you'll find firework displays all throughout summer. They will just do them. And sometimes they use some random ones to celebrate some things, but those are like specific to where you are. I know that in Tokyo this weekend in Odaiba we have a fireworks festival, the 28th. Yo, Ian, I don't judge you, man. Like, Chinese is so hard. I just don't understand. Like, I struggle so much with kanji, and just like seeing how difficult it is to speak, like to just use part of it in writing Japanese is hard. But I couldn't do it in, like consistently with Chinese. Like, only kanji would just be the death of me. Can we see here? I wanted to, we just passed by Convenience, so I wanted to show you guys if they had the good old chicken and cake combo. Oh really? Where did they ban fireworks, man? I know that a lot of places want to ban fireworks, mostly because of the, how do you call that, how they explode, and like illegal sales of fireworks. In Japan, it's not uncommon to find fireworks, but when you find them, they're not the explosion type. They're mostly Roman candles. So, like the ones that you turn on and you hold, and they just make like light. That is the most normal type of fireworks in Japan. The type that shoots to the sky and explodes, those are mostly reserved for festivals. So you cannot really go somewhere and buy explosives. It mostly ends up being just light ups. And I would like to actually, fireworks festival, that wouldn't be bad. There's no that how do you call that? There's not really any fireworks coming up soon. That is mostly during the summer and spring. The next one that I know in Tokyo is during the, how do you call that, during Comic-Con. So this weekend. But I don't think I can really do it because I'll be making a video for you guys on Comic-Con. If I can make it next year, that'll be really good. Yeah, I can probably do something. If there's a big like fireworks display coming up soon, I can find a way to make a video, but the season is over, so once we have it going on, I will try to make a stream for it. I see, yeah, air pollution. That does make a lot of sense. I think that it's because they have to be regulated, right? Is it like all fireworks that got banned? Or is it just like... So, what they're getting at is, if there's like some type of festival going on, can they still do fireworks, or is it just consumer-based fireworks? Like the kind that people just buy their own and they like light them up. Yo, yeah, I went and tried to find as many of them as I could, but I couldn't get the whole paper. The reason why is because the, how do you call that? Like, two of them were inside of, how do you call that? They were inside of like a mall, right? So you know how when last week, right? When we went to the Christmas tree, we saw the Christmas tree that was like Star Wars themed, and they had a shop. So that one was inside of a shopping area. So two of them, I had to go back and get them there, like to some place like that. So it was closed when I went, so I couldn't get two. I got 4 out of 6. I tried. I promise I tried. Haven't seen the last movie though. Oh, there we go. They're selling chicken. They're selling the Christmas cake. How was the movie? We got the, how do you call that, we got the Merry Christmas. So they thought I was talking to them and they were like super surprised. But anyway, so how was the movie? You haven't? I've heard like a lot of very like polarizing opinions, like super really liked it, and I guess like the most common opinion I've heard about the new Star Wars movie has been like it was not special. So I don't know how to feel. I just haven't had time to go see it. I might see it during the break that I have from work for New Year's. But I don't know, I'm just shocked to see people say something like, yeah, it happened. So it's kind of surprising. Yo, Melissa, I actually ate before coming on stream today. So I bought some Christmas cake, and I have like some chicken left at home, so I am peacefully waiting for it today. Yeah, that is actually the same as Japan. Juan Carlos, like the way that fireworks are done are mostly that way. Just kind of like small sparklers are fine, and you can buy them like consumer level. But when it comes to how to say it, when it comes to how do you call that, like big fireworks, like explosion style, you can't really get them anymore. Yo, Akira, Japan usually gets movies a little bit later than America, so I believe we're getting the Sonic movie on March, if I remember correctly. March is when we're getting the Sonic movie. So we still kind of get a little bit more time before we get like a month left, a month more than you guys. Yo, Jason, I don't blame you. Japan is really fun. Hey, Marina, right now, well, sorry, there was a train passing by, but we got, how do you call that, right now, Marina, we are at Nakameguro station. At Nakameguro station. Akira, 2 years ago when Sonic Forces was coming out, some places had collaboration with Sonic. So like there was like 2 malls that I went to and they had a like big Sonic themed Christmas decoration, like a Christmas tree with a lot of Sonic plushes and such. It was actually really cool. Yo, Juan Carlos, one thing that Japan needs to ban, I kid you not, is plastic bags. Like, they give you plastic bags for everything. Like you buy one drink, you buy a drink, right? And usually you can carry the drink in your hand. But you get a plastic bag. You bought a package of gum, you know, you're chewing gum, plastic bag. Like every time you buy something, you get a plastic bag. If you get something that is like warm and something that isn't, they give you 2 plastic bags. Like they give you so many bags. It's crazy. I usually carry my backpack with me just because I'm going, you know, I always need to carry stuff with me. Like if I go to work, I have my backpack. If I go to like grocery shopping, I would rather just take my backpack instead of carrying like multiple bags. But real talk, I usually carry my bag because I am carrying my Switch to play on the train. So I rarely need to use a plastic bag. The people who work at the convenience near my house, they already know me, so they know that I don't need a bag. So like eco bags are something that Japanese people use a lot, but at the same time they, like businesses, don't really show. I saw some, oh yeah, there we go. Hey guys, I don't know what happened, but the chat disappeared on the stream. Like I cannot see it on my screen. Would someone please type something so that I can make sure I can actually see it? Like to know what happened. I actually cannot see like the chat records anymore. Trying to see if I can make them appear. So, seems like I cannot read the chat anymore. Well, I don't know what happened, guys, but seems like the what do you call that? Seems like I'm not allowed to see the chat anymore. The chat is like off my screen. I cannot see anymore. But well, we are back where we started in Nakameguro station. We're right next to it. We're at the Nakameguro gate town. I am sorry I cannot see what you guys are typing anymore. I feel so guilty. But I guess we're back at the station. The illumination by the river was off, so we couldn't see that much today. I assume you guys want to spend some Christmas time with your families and friends. Look, there's an alien, 100% real, no es fake. But I think it's good to fare you guys goodbye right now. This was actually the last live stream for the year. So I will see you guys back in January. There are some illuminations that will remain during January, so I might do it over there. If you guys type on the comments that you guys want to see them, I can see it after the stream is over. But thank you guys for keeping me company during Christmas time, and I was not a lonely boy this year thanks to you guys, so I appreciate it. Thank you guys for enjoying all the streams throughout the year that you guys did, and I hope that next year you guys join to some more. Let's plan some fun stuff, right? See where places we can go, and thanks to all the regulars for coming every week. You guys are the real MVP. And I wish every one of you guys a Merry Christmas and a really Happy New Year. And I hope that your 2020 is amazing. Have a good night. Thank you guys for joining today.